Good afternoon, and welcome to the Unitarian Church of Montpelier. I am the Reverend Joan Javier Duval, minister of this congregation, and I offer you a very warm welcome to our sanctuary and to this Interfaith Unity service this afternoon. This service has come together through the collaboration of a number of faith communities in Montpelier, Central Vermont, and beyond. We have held a vision of a community drawn together across our differing faiths and beliefs, united by our sharing of this place as our common home and by the foundational values of love, respect, and seeking the common good that we also share. This afternoon, we seek to know one another better as neighbors, to seek understanding of our differences as well as our commonalities. We seek greater unity through this understanding, appreciation, and love. You are invited to share in this time of worship with an open mind and an open heart. May all that is holy be with us and accompany us as we worship and grow together. And let us settle into this sacred time of worship with our prelude.
Many years ago, in the 1400s, a Jewish man moved from Spain, where he was not allowed to be Jewish, to the Galilee, where he could practice his religion as deeply as he could. One Shabbat, one Sabbath morning, the rabbi explained that in the ancient temple, loaves of bread were arrayed upon a beautiful table as a sacrifice to God. But we don't do that anymore, said the rabbi. The man was surprised. God must miss those loaves, he said. I'll make some. So the next week, he and his wife baked beautiful Shabbat loaves, golden and full, and he put them in the ark so that God might have them. The ark is the cabinet where the Torah is kept. And the caretaker of the synagogue, he's called the shamus, found them as he was cleaning for the Shabbat service that night. "Oh," he said, "God must have provided these loaves. God must have known that my family was very poor and very hungry. Thank you, God. I am so grateful for this gift." And he took the 2 loaves, and he went home, and they had a lovely Shabbat meal. The next morning, the man from Spain came to the service, and when the Torah was taken out of the ark, he saw that the loaves were gone. "Wow," he said, "God must have liked my bread." And so it continued, week after week. Both men felt closer to God's light. Every week, the man from Spain would present the 2 loaves and lay them gently in the ark. And every week, the shamus, the caretaker, would find them some hours later and gratefully take them home to his family. Until one day, the man from Spain was a little bit late. And he walked in with his 2 loaves, and he saw the caretaker looking disappointed into the ark. And they saw each other, and they sighed. "Oh, we've been so silly," they said. And they felt bad. They felt ashamed. But just then, the holy Ari, the greatest rabbi of that era, walked in, and he looked at the 2 men and he smiled. "Don't be disappointed," he said, "and certainly don't be sad, because every week God saw your exchange. It was God's favorite moment of the week. God waited all week to see this lovely offering and to see the care and the joy and the gratitude with which you took it. You have both completed a very great circle. You have both done a great mitzvah, fulfilled the commandment to bring light into the world by giving freely, by receiving gratefully. God's favorite moment of the week."
We will now be singing the hymn, "We Would Be One," which the words are in the bulletin, or you can find it in the gray hymnal on page number 318. If you could rise in body or in spirit and join us.
A reading from 1 Corinthians chapter 13. If I speak in the tongues of humans and of angels, but do not have love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give away all my possessions, and if I hand over my body so that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable. It keeps no record of wrongs. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. But as for prophecies, they will come to an end. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will come to an end. For we know only in part, and we prophesy only in part. But when the complete comes, the partial will come to an end. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became an adult, I put an end to childish ways. For now we see only a reflection as in a mirror, but then we shall see face to face. Now I know only in part, but I will know fully, even as I've been fully known. And now faith, hope, and love remain, these three, and the greatest of these is love.
A diverse group of faith communities came together to plan this service, and we settled on the theme, Know Thy Neighbor. We thought that simple theme and gesture was powerful. Know thy neighbor. And so that is really the purpose of being here together this afternoon, is having a chance to get to know one another better across our various faith communities and neighborhoods and towns, drawn together to seek greater understanding. So there's an invitation to all of you who are gathered here today for this service in the sanctuary. At the ends of the pews by the windows, you will find some little bags, and you are invited to think for a moment and then to share what is something that you would like others to know about yourself or your faith community. What is one thing that you would want others to know about you or your faith community? So you're invited to write that down on a slip of paper that are in the pews. We'll be collecting these and then reading them later in the service. So you can also bear that in mind as you think about what you want to share on your slip of paper. And so now you will have a moment to think, to reflect, to write, as some music is played, and in a moment we'll come and collect those.
Good afternoon. We're all waves, unique and distinct. Some waves are big and noisy, some barely make a ripple. But we're all emerged from one ocean, one body. And here we are. And that's the theme of the meditation that I'm going to share with you. The wholeness, the oneness of life, since that's the theme of our meeting today. So I'm going to give you some instructions for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to ring this bell 3 times, and we'll have a little bit of a silent time, and then I'll ring the bell 1 time to end the silent time. Now this practice is very simple, and it doesn't involve any mantras or visualizations or counting the breath or any of those kind of things. It's just sitting in the present. And the idea behind it is that if you have a still and relaxed body, you'll have a calm and clear mind. And if you have a calm and clear mind, you'll have a fairly still and relaxed body. So we begin with some bodily instructions. If you can, I recommend that you sit towards the front of your seat so that you can have a straight spine, straight and erect but not stiff, and that your shoulders are relaxed. Your chin could be tucked in a little bit. See if you can have your soles of your feet flat on the ground with your back of your heels sort of in line with the front of your knees. That actually reduces a lot of pressure and stress in the knee joints and the legs. And you can place your palms flat on your thighs at a position that's perfect for your body. Now, I'm going to ask you to take a deep, full breath in without straining. So it fills up your abdomen, your rib cage, and your chest. And when you let it out so much so that your abdomen contracts a little bit. You might even lean forward a little, so that the next breath comes in all by itself, as if the breath was breathing you rather than the other way around. And then we leave it alone. Sometimes you'll notice there's a long breath, sometimes a short breath. Doesn't matter, we're just noticing. Now that we're settled in that way, I'd like you to bring your attention with the next inhalation to the crown of your head, just right to the very crown. Just noticing what's going on there. And feel the awareness spreading out across the scalp, into the temples and the forehead, the back of the neck, the eyelids, space between the eyebrows, the nostrils, the jaw, the throat, the shoulders and the arms, the elbows, forearms, down into the palms of your hands, and down the spine and the upper back, just noticing. Feeling the presence of noticing and the relaxation of noticing. In the chest and the heart, in the rib cage, abdomen, your buttocks and thighs, the kneecaps, backs of the knees, shins and calves, ankles. Nice and still, just noticing the tops of your feet, soles of your feet. Now begin to expand awareness into the whole body. If you find yourself focusing on a particular area, just notice that and bring your attention back to the whole body. Now you might notice sounds in the environment or thoughts going through your mind. Just notice them. No judgment. No grabbing at anything. No pushing anything away. No expectations. Just noticing. Coming back to the whole body just sitting. Basic fact of sitting. Now, during the silent period, see if you can start to bring that awareness of the whole body into the space around you, including everyone. Everyone in the space, everyone beyond the space. If you get distracted, just come back to the basic fact of sitting, to the breathing, to the whole body, and then again to the environment. Thank you for your presence and for your wholehearted practice.
want others to know. Believe in the sacredness of each person, trying to have love for humanity. See the best when we can, like the ecstatic. I want others to know that Beth Jacobs Synagogue is here in Montpelier and welcomes you to visit.
I want you to know that I am mourning the loss of life and carrying in my heart all those who were present at the LGBTQ nightclub in Colorado Springs last night. I want others to know my faith community always offers volunteers jobs, and we laugh a lot, and we celebrate everybody's beliefs.
I want others to know that what we do outside the walls of our church is more a sign of our faith. I want others to know that I believe in a faith which embraces all, a faith that does not speak out against the other. Our world needs more love and acceptance now than ever.
I want others to know that I love to be a part of this beautiful community. I want others to know that community completes my journey for spiritual well-being. My church works hard to keep us in community and to encompass the larger community that we sit within.
I want others to know that being connected to my faith community deepens my commitment to love and justice in the world. I want others to know that it is special and freeing not having clergymen, that we are, as UUs, are required to follow. I'm sorry, not having dogma, I believe is that word.
I want others to know that everyone is always welcome at UCM. We support each person's spiritual journey. I want others to know that we believe in the worth and dignity of everyone.
I want others to know that singing is a ministry of song at our church, and I am one of the singers. I want others to know that Roman Catholics love imperfectly.
I want others to know that we opened our new sanctuary on Halloween, and everyone welcomed many visitors from our community. I want others to know that we're all consciousness of our different bodies.
I want others to know about me. It has always been love. It is the only devotion of my heart, soul, and mind. I want others to know about the old meeting house. We welcome anyone.
I want others to know that I'm a practicing Zen Buddhist since 2013, meditation and many traditions since 1978. I want others to know that we are a family who cares about everyone.
I want others to know about tolerance, open hearts, questioning minds. I want others to know that our differences can be treasured even while we celebrate what we have in common.
I want others to know that we are seeking peace together, neighbors. I want others to know that I moved to Montpelier in May 2020, not knowing a soul, working from home, and felt so much kindness from so many people here during the most lonely year of my life.
I want others to know that my faith community provides the structure in which I can express and strengthen my higher aspirations. I want others to know that my spirituality is being with other spiritual communities and finding our shared connectedness.
I want others to know that if we work together, we shall overcome. I want others to know that our faith community is loving and inclusive.
I want others to know that I believe everyone is of God and carries the divine light within. I want others to know that music is a language I respond to and give to as an act of faith.
I want others to know that love and curiosity coexist in my heart and in the tradition of my faith. I want others to know that we are all family. Let us be loving, kind, and patient with each other, helping each other to return home to love.
I want others to know that our faith community is a family beyond the walls of our church, where we strive to understand one another and seek God. I want others to know that my faith community is a welcoming place, growing in love and in connectedness with the wider community.
I want others to know that I want all to be safe, fed, and warm, to have justice, peace, and emotional support. I want others to know that when I moved to this town, I found UCM a very welcoming congregation of Unitarian Universalists, so my wish is that their more neighbors would share in their friendly welcome.
I want others to know that music is evidence of the divine and integral in my faith. I want others to know that we care deeply for our earth, our neighbors, each other.
I want others to know that we are grateful to be here today to share in this interfaith gathering. I want others to know that my faith community plays beautiful music and I love to sing with them. My faith community prays to the same God that you do.
I want others to know that the Old Meeting House is a very giving community. We believe in good and love and equality.
I want others to know that ours is a true community of diverse people. We share a commonality of giving, openness, and fellowship. I want others to know that I believe that when we listen to each other with curiosity and open hearts, we will discover that we care about the same things.
I want others to know that I strive to be exploring faith in community and in life. I want others to know that I use the language and forms of Christianity, but I believe the underlying themes of life and death, of love, of faith, are the same in all religions.
I want others to know that Christ Church is being the hands of God in our community. We recognize our neighbors as ourselves. I want others to know that hearts and minds, possessions are afforded unto thee.
I want others to know that we indeed are all one.
I want others to know that I'm 77, but I feel like a young 60.
I want others to know that one belief proves another. Buddhist beliefs prove Christian truths. Christian beliefs prove Jewish prophecies. And most Islamic beliefs are things we agree on. You know this best when you get to know someone with a different life experience. How precious to get to know someone.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا قوامين بالقسط شهداء لله ولو على أنفسكم أو الوالدين والأقربين إن يكن غنيا أو فقيرا فالله أولى بهما فلا تتبعوا الهوى أن تعدلوا وإن تلووا أو تعرضوا فإن الله كان بما تعملون خبيرا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا قوامين لله شهداء بالقسط ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم أن صدوكم على ألا تعدلوا اعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون. I shared with you two verses from the Quran. They translate as follows. O people of faith, stand firmly for justice as witnesses to God, even if it's against yourselves, your parents, or your relatives. It doesn't matter, rich or poor, when it comes to justice, God will take care of both. So be just and fair, for God is well aware of what you do. O people of faith, stand firmly for justice as witnesses to God, and do not let the injustice done to you by others make you swerve towards injustice. Be just and fair, for it is closer to piety, for God is well aware of what you do. Thank you.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy.
You must not mistreat a stranger. You know the heart of the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. May we remember that others' hearts are as fragile as our own, so that we heed the words of the psalmist, show kindness and mercy to one another. Then our knowing hearts and our acts of kindness will teach us the meaning of love your neighbor as yourself.
Love your neighbor as yourself. Ve'ahavta l're'echa kamocha. May we open our hearts with compassion, though fear might close in around us and spite might harden our stance. May we see the textures and hues of our varied faiths and beliefs through the prism of understanding. May we give of ourselves generously to those in need of acceptance and belonging. May we know ourselves in a shared story of the present and future that we create together.
May I be a guard for those who need protection, a guide for those on the path of true Dharma, a boat, a raft, a bridge for those who wish to cross the flood. May I be a lamp that dispels the darkness of ignorance, a resting place for the weary, a healing medicine for all who are sick, a vase of plenty, a tree of miracles. And for the boundless multitudes of living beings, may I bring sustenance and awakening, enduring like the earth and the sky until all beings are free from suffering and all are awakened.
I'm going to lead us through the singing of a song, a one-line song that is found in the prayer book in the synagogue. Again, it's very short but sweet. It is traditionally sung in repetition, so I will lead it that way. The song goes like this: Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for people to dwell together in unity. Hine ma tovu manaim. The transliteration is right here in the program if you want to sing along. I'll start over. Hine ma tovu manaim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manaim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. How good and how pleasant.
One brief announcement before the closing remarks. We'll be having a time for meeting and gathering in the vestry, the Rolick Sanctuary right here, right after this service, and all are welcome to come. On behalf of the Interfaith community represented here, I would like to thank all those attending, the combined choirs, and all the directors, and all those behind the scenes who make this event a reality. On behalf of this Interfaith community, thank you. In closing, I'd like to say this. Each of us here comes from a faith tradition that represents a path to divine truth or God. It is not our goal to convert you to our path or any specific path. It is our goal to help you if you fall. Your faith journey is personal, and collectively we only want to help you become a more authentic, better version of who you are called to be. To put it simply, we are here to help you be you. This service is a demonstration of that commitment. Finally, in a world that is becoming increasingly more polarized, we are all so privileged to be a part of a city and community that seeks unity, inclusion, diversity, and love. We have come together today not to speak as one voice, but to honor the polyphonic voices that comprise our beautiful city, state, country, and world. Let us continue to honor these voices and one another as we journey through this world, personally and collectively. Shalom, salam, peace, amen.